You're watching News 4 at 6.
Restoring relations between U.S. and Cuba takes another step forward tomorrow as the U.S. raises its flag over the embassy in Havana.
There's a group of singers from here in D.C. who just returned from Cuba. Some of the first Americans to visit that island since relations began to thaw.
Wendy Rieger gives us an inside look at their mission to spread a message through music.
For 35 years, members of the Gay Men's Chorus of Washington have been singing their story. A story of acceptance and equality.
This is one of those historic things that our organization will do, and our organization will never forget.
This is the first time an openly gay chorus has ever toured through Cuba. A short 45-minute flight from Miami carried the 20 singers to that country.
What will 9 days of out proud gay men do to an island that's wrestling with its own civil rights struggle?
The concept of being someplace that's controlled by a regime is so hard to fathom.
Not sure of what kind of reception they would receive.
I think you can reach people through music that may not necessarily agree with your message.
They arrived at their hotel the first day to see this, the pride flag, the first time it's ever flown in a state-run space in Cuba.
We were busy from sunup to sundown.
Singers admitted the trip was exhausting, but enlightening.
I was surprised that, there wasn't a lot of animosity towards Americans.
In just over a week, these D.C. singers performed 21 different times in and around Havana, with a variety of audiences, including students at a cultural center who shared their own music and dance, and young adults who did an entire set of American pop songs in English. Despite the busy schedule, they did get to play tourist and take in some of the sights. Riding in those classic cars everyone has heard about.
I was seeing cars that I drove in high school.
And a trip to Ernest Hemingway's palatial estate outside the Capitol proved a stark contrast to the many once stately buildings now sitting in disrepair in Havana. But when asked to describe the highlight of the trip, most pointed to one memorable crowd.
I kind of just expected them to sit there and listen.
It was the day they arrived at a senior center inside a reformed 18th century convent, where more than 400 people showed up.
They were all so excited when it was over and wanted to come up and talk and wanted to hear about the music.
Someone in that room needs to hear us.
It was a journey of a lifetime, not only for the Gay Men's Chorus of Washington.
It is the first time that this happens here in Havana, and I think it has a major importance for us gay people and for everyone in this country.
But also for the people they met in Cuba.
I never thought that we would see this. For me, was something incredible.
The chorus ended each concert with one of its anthems, Make Them Hear You, first in English,
Make them hear you.
Then in Spanish. Two countries finding a way to relate through song.
We all want to be able to express ourselves freely, to be accepted by our families, by our society, and by our government. So I think we're all fighting for that.
The group plans to release a live album using songs from various concerts throughout that trip to Cuba. Chorus members shared some of their favorite memories in a photo gallery, and you can check it out on our NBC Washington app.